Hey, Justice Warriors, what's going on? Let's see if my mic is going to work. Let's see, it probably is because it's been working the last few days, so that's been quite nice, huh? Can you hear me now? That was a big thing. What was that, back in the 90s? No. Yeah, was it back in the 90s or in the 2000s? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? That was hilarious. Anyway, please hit your like button. And Bex, yay, you can hear me. Thank you for letting me know. And thanks for being here too. Let's see if I can not be dropping things. I don't want to be knocking anything over. It's so nice getting my studio more pulled together now that I'm not transferring from place to place. So, man, my life was so complicated with working 50 hours a week on top of all the other things that I do. I don't know how I did it, except that I slept a lot. I went to bed early and got up early, but that's no fun. I like staying up late and I like sleeping in. So I do like a paycheck, but I'll get over that. Let's see, Mark, afternoon, night, evening tomorrow. I know. See, remember when I said to you, Mark, about how the only thing worse than looking for a job is having a job? And the only thing worse than having a job is looking for a job. Oh, man. I mean, what's cool is when you do what you love and you're working for yourself and, you're kind of always working and maybe like you're not really ever working because you're just following your heart and just doing your own thing. Bouncing in to see you, sweet lady. Hey, ranch boss. Thanks for coming in. So let's get down to business. Let's get down and dirty. I got some crap for you guys. Did you see the title? Shady shite. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys know, oh, my hair is looking so flat. What am I going to do? It's hilarious. You turn on the screen and all of a sudden your hair changes. I'm not kidding you, because it settles and stuff like that. Same thing with your clothing. And as a female, I think we have to worry about this stuff more. But I know Mark worries about it an awful lot too, right? I did catch your video about how crazy you are. And yeah, what a jerk that freaking content creator is. We won't mention any names. You guys will have to go see Mark Molina's video if you're curious. What a freaking pig. Wow. So thanks for coming on in. We got Mark and Bex and CB and Ranch Boss. Ninja wrote him first, Mark says. Well, it's nice to be cordial with your colleagues. And just because you have a whole bunch of subs and maybe they don't, that doesn't mean you're better than them. It probably means that they're a lot newer at it than you are. And sometimes we get better over time, and other times we get jaded over time. And I think this guy has gotten jaded. And he thinks he knows it all. And as soon as you think you know it all, that's when you have another thing coming. If there's one thing I've learned in life, it's that. So the other person who I feel like is a Mr. Know-it-all is this DA, Michael J. Rourke. And his audacity to speak to the Chris Watts case in that videotape, in that podcast with his wife, Kimberly, and her co-pilot, and for all of them to be like laughing at all these like detective wannabes and all these idiots that don't understand the case, that haven't read the file. You know what? A lot of them have read the file. So a lot of them have studied the file inside and out. It's like 2,000 pages. I'm not really that kind of person, but I know that many are. So anyway, back to the point is that they took their video down. I spoke about that yesterday, and they made Paula Plunder take her video down, and they made Behind Criminal Minds. Look, I remembered the name of it. Behind Criminal Minds. They made them take their video down. But you know who they haven't found yet? And so they'll probably find this. I'm going to put it in a link into my description. But you guys check out this channel, Relatos Reales. I'm going to spell it for you. RELATOS REALES. So, Mark, I don't know if you're feeling like you might be able to link that up, the Relatos Reales, and put the link in the comment section. If you're up for it, if you're not, that's cool too. So, the name of the video I'm going to read to you is DA Michael J. Rourke, Shady Comments on her wife Kimberly podcast talking about the Chris Watts case. So yeah, there's a typo in the title with her wife instead of his wife, but I think that this is a Spanish speaking content creator, because I went and looked at their other videos and I think they're all in Spanish. This one is in plain English and it's really good, and it'll probably get taken down because they might actually be overstepping the bounds of fair use, which I don't really know all the ins and outs of that, because since I don't play other people's podcasts on my channel, I don't have to worry about it. But they pretty much are just playing the original that was taken down. So that's hilarious. Once it's on the internet, it's always on the internet. MFs. So there, check it out. So if you missed all that, if you missed the whole thing with that channel, the Survivor's Guide to True Crime, and their ridiculous podcast with one of the content creators' husbands, the DA Rourke from Weld County, and all of the ridiculous crap he was saying about Nicole Kessinger and Chris Watts, and how, Nicole Kessinger is just another freaking victim. Like, give me an effing break. Did you not pay attention to anything? Like, she destroyed her SIM card. She lied to you. She lied, and then she lied, and then she lied some more. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's a felony. You freak. He's so unfit for his job. Unbelievable. And yeah, the fact that his wife took her one video down that she has on her channel speaks volumes. Absolutely speaks volumes. So I am so happy that this channel is still playing it as we speak, but it'll probably get discovered and taken down. So get it while you can, you guys, because we don't know if that Paula Plunder video will get back up. And we also don't know if the Behind Criminal Minds video will get back up. One that didn't get taken down is Mist and Things. So she spoke to it. And then there's another channel that I think it starts with a Z, and it's like Zabowski or something like that. And he speaks to the whole issue also. It's a strange psychic bond amongst like thinkers, Ranch Boss says. I love that. That's cute. About Ninja and Mark. Mr. York Fantasy Island limelight chasing, not our problem. Oh, Mark, you have the best sense of humor in the world. Hey, Annie Ruler. Don't be hating. It's so funny how I stumble over that every time, because the B and the 8, I'm like, which one is the B? Which one is the 8? Hey, hi. I was just looking at Google Earth Maps and found something strange at Idaho 4 House. Please share. Please, please. Yeah, everything is strange about that case. I'm really, quite frankly, just sick of it beyond belief, because the whole thing is a freaking joke and it's not funny. I mean, give me a break. Like, homicide's not funny. Princess Warrior, Fred Field. Oh, is that me? Am I the Princess Warrior, or somebody else here named Princess Warrior? Can't find due to spelling. Okay. Relatos, RELATOS, Reels, REALES. And then the title of it is DA Michael J. Rourke, Shady Comments on her wife Kimberly podcast talking about this Chris Watts case. If you can find it. If not, no big deal. Ranch Boss, just saw your response, LOL. And it's a photo of the house boarded up, but there's a bright blue looking structure coming out of the side of the house. Yes, Fredfield, I am Xena. I am. Or I was anyway, before I turned into Justice, Lady Justice, right? Xena Warrior Princess. Yes, that's me. That was my code name on What's the Obsession when I was her special guest a long, long time ago. That was a couple years ago now. Were you there? Were you one of the people watching it? I was thinking it might be fun to pull those videos up just for my own entertainment and to see like my very first time on YouTube. Um, so if I find it, then I'll share it with you guys. There's a lot I want to share with you. Did you guys know? I'm sure you did. If you watch this channel, I'm sure that you already figured it out on your own. Ms. Kylie Rodney's a unicorn. I don't have the thumbnail in there yet, but I'm going to use a thumbnail that has 2 photographs of her. Either she's a narwhale or a unicorn. I'm pretty sure she's a unicorn, but narwhale works too. So one of those photos is like one of the most popular photos of her, and I can't believe that none of us have mentioned that she's a freaking unicorn. Like seriously, seriously. And then another one is one where she's with Jägermeister out on the pier, and I do think that that's the photograph that was used in those really artistic and kind of creepy photographs of her in the dress with the weird like red silk scarf and like the portal. Looks like she's in a portal and she's like up on a river with a lot of like scary looking stuff around her, out like in nature but with all this industrial stuff. You guys know the photographs I'm talking about? I'll make a thing and I'll put it into my community post, community page. So those photographs that are all photoshopped where she's wearing the black dress and she's got like a red sash, and one of them it's like she has a hula hoop around her waist. That's what I call the portal. And then the other one, what it's like she's hanging from something. But people had always said that the image of her in the black dress is from the photo shoot or the video that she did with Jägermeister out on the pier. And I think that that's accurate. And anyway, how did I get from the narwhale and the unicorn over to that? Because she's the narwhale or the unicorn in a photograph from that video where she's got a big horn sticking straight up out of her head, like 10 feet. It's pretty spectacular. Like I said, I'll be using it for the thumbnail for this, but I don't have it up yet. Let's see. Oh, thank you, CB. Yes, I commented it is that photo. Why black? Let's see. That sounds spooky. I posted on it. That pic of her is at Forest Hill Bridge, I believe. Yeah, that bridge behind her, she's in the foreground and it's in the background. And it's like she's standing on a cement block on the river. It's a extremely dramatic image, and it looks quite scary, frankly, because that's a pretty high bridge, and I don't know, bridges are just kind of scary sometimes. Did you like my thumbnail for yesterday's video? I got to find out whose thumbnail that was, or whose little meme that was, because I want to kick them credit and I want to ask them if it's okay that I used it. But I went ahead and took the liberty of using it and said that I'm looking for the content creator that I lifted that from so that I can give them credit. And I'm trying to remember it off the top of my head. I'll probably have to look at my phone because my brain doesn't function when I'm on live. Let's see. Where did it go? Where did it go? I know how to find it. Really, I do. Here it is. If standing up for Kylie burns a bridge, I have matches. We ride at dawn. Do you guys love that? Had you seen it before? And do you know whose quote it is? Because I freaking love it. I'm going to read it one more time because I just get such a kick out of it. If standing up for Kiely burns a bridge, I have matches. We ride at dawn. So I hope it's okay with them that I used it. If not, if they say it's not okay, if I figure out who it is and contact them and they say no, I'll take it down. I'll use a different thumbnail. But I would imagine, imitation is the highest compliment. It's just that when people take your stuff and don't give you credit, that's shady. That's silly. And yeah, it is kind of all a free domain out there on the internet to some extent, but it's just common courtesy. And, I know that if I use somebody's stuff, they're going to want me to kick them credit. And I know that when people use my stuff, I would love it if they kick me credit. But really, I'm so, what's the word? I'm so flattered that they're using my stuff that I used to not worry about it. But, my channel has had so much trouble growing. And I honestly know for a fact that there's a lot of content creators who take my ideas that I discovered and they run with them and they never mention my channel. And I just want a little bit of notoriety so that my channel can stay strong, because I would hate it if it just disintegrated like the shadow banners want it to. And why would they want my channel to go away anyway, unless I'm nailing something? Let's see, playing dominoes, Annie Ruler. So not chatting. Oh, you're so funny. I don't even know how to play dominoes, but I love when people do those things where they tumble the dominoes over. And now on YouTube, there's some amazing, amazing artificial intelligence too, because that's a lot of work. Hello, beautiful people. Hey, Nana. The flag was that photo was blackout. The flag was that photo was blackout. Are you talking about the community post that I put up with the super weird purple and black flag from Kiely's Celebration of Life, Mark? I'm not sure what you're getting at. Let me highlight that. Annie Ruler. That's randomness. Random. I love random. Yeah, Rando loves random. Who knew? I'll be listening while doing chores. Awesome. Why are the coat hanger ribbons hanging out under her arms in the photos? That's not right for a photo shoot to me. Oh, Ranch Boss, that's so creepy. I know what you're talking about, but I'll have to look. Yeah, that's so creepy. I could pull it up. Why don't I? Let's see, because there's probably some people who don't know what you're talking about. And yeah, I do a lot of community posts for those who don't know and don't check that. It was a long time before I even really knew what community posts were and how to look at them. And I think they're very interesting, especially when I don't have the wherewithal, the time, the ability to make a video, but I've got some ideas and I can put up some community posts. I really enjoy doing that. Okay, where did it go? It's an old one. And like I said, I have so many. So it makes it, I've got to keep rewinding. I didn't know it was that far back, but I'm not going to give up because I've come this far, man. Come on, Kiely, where are you in your cool red dress, looking like $1,000,000? And it took me a while to realize how creepy those photos were, because at first I just thought, wow, those are some stunning photos. Absolutely stunning. Man, it's way back there. I'm not finding them. Maybe I do have to give up. I don't want to. I hate giving up. I'm just not that kind of person. Let's see. But I'm not finding it. I know I didn't take them down. I doubt that they got taken down for me, complimentary, a la YouTube or somebody complaining. Maybe Maybe somebody complained because it's their artwork. Man, I'm so close to giving up. Oh wait, there, I found it. Okay. So for anybody who didn't know what I was talking about, let's see. There's one image. Can you see those? I took a screenshot of it so I can blow it up because I can't. Oh yeah, there, I can blow it up like that. Okay. So the one image is her standing there like so. And I think that that's the same image of her where she's out on the pier with Jägermeister in that same dress. And then the other one that I have right next to it in this post, I'll give you the date of the community post so you can look at it yourself. And that's where she's got the red sash, and you can see that bridge up behind her. Here, can you see it? Is the glare okay? So she's standing in the same position in both of these photos, and they're totally photoshopped. So this one, it looks like there's like a hula hoop around her waist, which to me, it almost looks like a bizarre kind of portal with that red sash and everything. So it's the exact same pose. Do you guys see that in both those photos? It's the same photograph, just different photoshopping. And when I posted it, it says 9 months ago. So I'll probably post something again, but that's the same image that I'm going to use for the thumbnail for this one today, where she looks like a unicorn hanging out on the pier with Jägermeister. So it's some really cool imagery, but then the more you look at it, the creepier it is, right? So Ranch Boss was asking, why are the coat hanger ribbons hanging out under her arms in the photos? That's not right for a photo shoot to me. So yeah, you guys, let's investigate those photos because they are creepy. They're very creepy. At first sight, to me, they just look artistically amazing. I mean, they're very, very cool. But then you take a closer look and it's like, what's the symbology? What's the message? If there's a message, if there's a meaning, it certainly looks like there is. Dominoes and chores. I'm procrastinating before I pick up son at basketball. Not a photo shoot thing, Mark. Thank you. Right. So yeah, it was from the video that when Jagger made that video of her out on the pier, she did not know he was making that video of her. But I think they were out there taking pictures. Is that accurate, do you think? And I do remember seeing it. Can't remember who put it up. And Mark says, I sure do. Never credit Jazz. I take Jazz content. Watch my site. LOL. Oh, Mark, you're so funny. You crack me up. I know at first I started noticing other channels doing that. And I thought, well, that's imitation's the highest compliment. So I'll just take it. But then when it was happening more and more, and things that I was discovering that I knew that I discovered, and sure, other people could have discovered it simultaneously, but like the billionaire information about Coomer Scott Green is a good example. I stumbled into that simply looking for his salary, his annual salary, which I do believe is about $400,000 a year. I've looked at it again, and it's hard to say. Different websites have different information, and because a position like that has so much benefits that come with it, it's like the benefits package is close. His benefits package is close to $200,000 a year, in addition to his salary. And I don't remember if his base salary was 200,000 or 400,000. So then with the benefits package, that bringing it up to 400,000 or 600,000. I mean, it sounds like a boatload of money to me, but he's a billionaire. So why is he doing this side hustle of being a freaking president of a university when there's so much headache to that? I mean, you got red rums happening, you got assaults happening, you've got all kinds of cray cray. You got to knock down houses that your father owned when you were little that you have to pretend never happened. And yeah, he didn't live there, but his parents owned that house for 6 years, and them keeping that under wraps until the day after it was destroyed is sus. And for them to say that they kept it under wraps because they didn't think it was relevant is even more sus. Just because you say that, it doesn't mean that it's true. Obviously, it's relevant. Give me an effing break. A bunch of people were slaughtered there. Everything about that house is relevant. Everything. Man, I get so angry, don't I? Got to channel it into something positive. Okay, let's see. Still can't locate that Relatos Reels York Shady because it's Reels is Reales. But like I said, I will put a link to it in my description. So thanks for trying, Mark, if you still can't find it. Sometimes, it's a really small channel. It only has a few hundred subs. Doesn't mean they're not good. Mark only has a few hundred subs, but his channel's great. Absolutely. Even Ninja Chihuahua only has a few hundred subs. Like, how it really is apparent to me that the shadow banning is heavy duty. Let's see, your celebration post, yes, is what is she grabbing onto? A swinging ring? Yeah, it looks like it almost makes me think of a meat hook, you guys, like in a meat locker. But yeah, it also looks like one of those gymnastic rings that hangs from the ceiling. It's bizarre. Let me highlight that one. And it's very rushed or hastily made. Oh, is it? I'm pretty sure it was probably made after she passed away, right? And who did it? Who put those images out there? I mean, it is stunning visually, but it is creepy when you really study it. Perhaps she changed in a vehicle with no full-length mirror and no one with fashion expertise to tell her. Well, she looks so good in that dress, doesn't she? She looks like $1,000,000. And it is the exact same position of her standing there as the photograph of her, the still shot of her out there on the pier with Jägermeister and the pole that looks like it's sticking up out of the back of her head 10 feet high. So that's why I'm saying that that's one of the two unicorn photographs. Oh, Mark, I love it. Mean YouTube streets, they keep you down. They do. They do. So somebody commented in my video from yesterday, like how I was so mean to be criticizing Kylie's mother. And it's like, I don't think so. I do have a lot of compassion for anybody who's lost anyone, especially a child. But her behavior and the words that she says and the way she says them indicates to me that she is bald-faced lying to the public in those interviews, just completely straight up lying, being dishonest. She speaks in the past tense about her daughter when she's been missing for 6 days. She speaks in the past tense when she's been missing for 2 weeks, or any of those interviews where she's says past tense and then she corrects herself. That's a dead giveaway, you guys. People don't talk about their missing loved one in the past tense unless they know that they're gone, like deceased, gone. That's just a no-brainer. I mean, sure, anybody can make that mistake once, but she kept making it. And she was obviously very self-conscious in trying to clean it up. Whereas if you were just being honest and you made that mistake of using past tense, you might even address it and say, oh my goodness, I can't believe I just used past tense. Hopefully they're still with us, right? So you know, whatever troll this was that showed up in my comment section, I was just like, interesting that you're here commenting, trying to make me feel bad. Like, what about Kiely? What about Kiely? Like, I feel bad for Kiely. I feel bad for her little brother. I feel bad for anybody who loved her and cared about her, still loves her and cares about her. Let's see. Do you have an X account for Justice A to Z? No. You mean like TikTok or Twitter? I don't have anything other than a YouTube channel. I am going to do like I'm thinking about doing like the cash apps like Venmo and stuff like that. If people want to support the channel financially, that would be appreciated. But yeah, I don't know about crossing over onto all the other platforms. I know that that's the best way to grow your channel. So maybe I should, rather than complaining about being shadow banned, right? My channel, not great. I worked so hard at not being popular or great on YouTube. I love it. I love it. Yeah, when I first started YouTube, I was like trying to do like the thumbnails with a punch, you know, and then I was like, I don't really care so much about the thumbnails. I care about the content, and I care about you guys, because you guys have so many great ideas. That's why I love coming on live when I have information to share with you guys, rather than just making a video and not having the back and forth, because you guys kick butt. Is that the boxing one with the ribbon? Is that it, Nana? Boxing one with a ribbon? I never saw it like that, but I think you might be right. Had to be Jaeger with the image. Why black on the blue? Interesting, Mark. You are usually right on the money. Do we know that Jaeger took all the photos? Well, we know that he took that video because he walks over to the camera and says, she doesn't know that I'm making this video, when he hits play. And then he goes and he's like dancing with her, and then he's pretending to throw her in the water, and then she's pretending to kick him in the crotch. And yeah, it's so sweet, isn't it? I mean, to me, it's really creepy. It's like he didn't just try to pretend that he was going to pick her up and throw her in the water once. He actually picked her up and pretended to throw her in the water twice. Like, that's not cool, in my opinion. Not cool at all. Lindsay is hiding something, or worse, in my opinion. I agree, Mark. I 1000% agree. And I've gotten really solid on that in studying that ninja video that I've been looking at for the last few days. The one that she titled Worried, the 23-minute video about Lindsay. You know, I think prior to that, I did try to keep an open mind that we were just being a little too harsh on Lindsay, but she's bizarre. And I don't think it's just like awkwardness, you know, like poor social skills. When she's at the community meeting, standing in front of all of the law enforcement that are seated, and she's addressing the issue of the lack of the Amber Alert. And she's like, you know, well, let's all write our senators, and yeah, we might not be able to do anything to help Kiely, but you know, the next person, we can help the next person. It's like, wait, your daughter is allegedly missing, and she still might be alive and okay. And you're just like, oh, okay, they're not going to do the Amber Alert. So be it. Let's see if we can help out the next person that needs an Amber Alert. Like, no, that's not how somebody being authentic and honest is going to be. You're going to be livid. You're going to throw a freaking fit, and you're not going to take no for an answer. You guys got to remember Holly Bobo. She's another victim of assault and homicide from Tennessee from a few years ago. And she was 21, I think, when it happened. And her mother lied to the 911 dispatcher and said she was under 18 to get an Amber Alert. Like, I mean, I don't hold that against the mother. She knew that her daughter was in great danger, and she was freaked out that they weren't going to respond like it was an emergency because she was over 21, when all signs were pointing to her being abducted and there being her blood at the house in the garage where she got abducted from. And she screamed, and her brother saw a man dressed in camo and her walking out into the woods. Her brother thought it was the boyfriend, but why did he call the mom? Maybe it was the neighbor that called the mom. Anyway, the mom was at work and immediately knew that it couldn't have been the boyfriend, because the boyfriend was actually like on a fishing expedition or something like that. He was out of town. So Holly Bobo was 21, but her mother lied and said she was underage so that they would do an Amber Alert. And it could have helped, because Holly ended up not losing her life for many, many hours. Um, I mean, it's a very sad case, and I've talked about it on my channel before, but I'm just using that as an example of somebody being told that, no, we can't do an Amber Alert because the person's not underage, and the mom just flat out lying in order to get an Amber Alert. Like, I'm not saying that that was the right thing to do, but in a sense it was. I mean, had they found her, they could have saved her. It's disgusting. Okay. Freudian slips, Ranch Boss says. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Moms, if not involved, they keep hope. It's a brain wiring thing. Yes, of course. Of course, of course. And good afternoon, Christine. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming over and saying hi. Never about Kiely, or only community. Yeah, yeah. It's so gross. I mean, even her freaking quote unquote celebration of life was not about her. It was about thanking the sandwiches and shaming the YouTubers, right? I mean, give me a effing break. What? You seem so nice. You just point out idiosyncrasies with a desire for justice. Obviously, that was a troll. Wonder about their intentions. Oh, don't be hating. That's a nice thing for you to say. I feel like I'm coming from a place of niceness and kindness. And, sometimes the truth hurts, right? And I think that if you're questioning the truth, that's okay, even if you come off as abrasive or rude or uncaring, that people will understand what your intent is. But yeah, that troll in the comments from yesterday, maybe I'll take a screenshot of it in case they come in and delete their stupid comment. Um, but my guess is that they're friends with her and that they're just trying to shut people down. Again, trying to shame YouTubers from asking some pertinent questions. Like, Lindsay, why did you keep talking about her in past tense? And why didn't you just say, oh my goodness, I can't believe I keep talking about her in the past tense. Hopefully she's still alive. I don't want to go there, but I keep saying that. I mean, the things that people say are very revealing, and so are the things that people don't say. The things that people do are very revealing, and so are the things that people don't do, right? And that's why you always want to talk to people when something's going on. You always want to talk to them. You don't just want to text, you don't just want to email, and you don't want to just talk to them on the phone. If you can talk to them in a Zoom call, or better yet, in person, you're going to get a lot more information, and you're going to be able to see through the crap more readily. And unfortunately, people lie. It's gross. I mean, it's unthinkable. And a lot of people literally can't wrap their brains around the fact that parents do things to their kids that are treacherous. I mean, we all know that this is true in true crime, but there are a lot of people who are very naive about that still, and are just like, oh no, a mom wouldn't do that. A mom wouldn't hide knowledge of knowing that her kid has been harmed. Well, what about Casey Anthony? Okay. You don't have to pay me, Jazz. Oh, you're so funny, Mark. Well, if I get paid, then, I can spread the love. Twitter is pretty easy. Yeah, I don't like social media. I used to do Facebook. I was pretty good at it. I just don't like social media. And I mean, YouTube is kind of social media, but kind of not. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, sometimes I think it would be easier just to not mess with any of this electronic gadgetry because, I do have very Amish tendencies. I really do. Um, but I'm trying to keep up with the times, not just be like an old fart. Jazz, glad you pointed these things out in Lindsay talk. Makes me think more guilt on her part. Yeah, and I've gone back and forth. I honestly have gone back and forth. And there was a time, especially in the beginning, where I thought, man, people are being really harsh towards her. Like she just lost her kid. Like, chill out. But I think a lot of people saw through her crap quickly, and it took me a while. I really wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt. I really, really did. Um, Jaeger acts like he is in the friends and he is trying to move out of friend zone. Cringy. Don't ask how I know. Mark, are you in that friends group? Hmm. Um, I thought it was the ribbon tape you wrap around your hands before putting on boxing gloves, although it seems like a ribbon possibly for photo shoot advert for. Oh, Nana, see, this is what I'm talking about. You guys, did you catch that? Advertisement for Fight Club. Holy crapola. I would have never thought of that. Sorry about that noise, you guys. Thank you so much for that comment, Nana. That's why I go live. I mean, there's been other people with amazing comments too, but that one just really, really hits it home. Lindsay is a hard nut to crack. She changed horses in the middle of the stream. That bothers me. Well, yeah, Ranch. I think that she might have started out being authentic, maybe, but I don't think she was 100% authentic because it doesn't even add up the way she says things like, she was looking out to see if the car was there and she was doing this and doing that. And then she says, and I grabbed my phone, when it's like the way she says it, the grabbing her phone infers that she just woke up and her phone that was the first thing she did, but she said it all out of order. If you know what I'm talking about, you might not, but it's in that ninja video, and I'll try to get a time stamp for that so that you don't just think I'm crazy talking. But yeah, in all of the things that she says, it's almost like she knew that Kiely was abducted and that she was still okay, and then not okay. That bothers me. Let me get caught up with you guys. Sorry, I'm a few minutes behind here. I'm a lot behind. Let's see. Amen Ranch. Yep, looks off and bad on her words, actions, and they all know more. And okay with things happen. Life lost, water under the bridge. Wow. And as I'm reading what you wrote a few minutes ago there, Mark, I'm thinking water under the bridge. Is that some of the symbology in that photo shoot with the black dress and the red sash? I still go back to my first gut feeling. Kiely never went. Where did that go? Sorry, it jumped. Oh, goodness. It's crazy when it jumps like that, and then it's hard to find. Um, let's see. I still go back to my first gut feeling. Kiely never went to party. Something happened at home by mother and stepdad. Well, I think that Crime Watch with Kenny might share that opinion. I don't know if Mark Molina shares that opinion, but I think that it's entirely possible. We have to remember, too, that the weekend before she allegedly went missing was the Alpine Club biannual event at the lodge, right? And kind of sounds like that was like a gentleman's club kind of thing. So that's creepy AF right there. I question everything. I like that. Yeah, and you should, especially when you have a missing child who's not alive anymore. Yes, all are sus. Yeah, including us. We're sus, right? I mean, seriously, people were so suspicious of me when I started my channel. Did you get that, Mark? Did you get that, Shan? I had a lot of people throwing shade at me, and I was fine with that. I'm like, of course you would. You don't know who I am and what I'm up to and why I'm here. You got to question everything. Let's see. Been lied to from day one on this case. Hey, Shan, I'm here but not listening while I stay busy. I used to be shy, naive, gullible. I always give people the benefit of the doubt. I see the good in everyone. Had to learn to ask questions to survive. Red flag if you don't allow for questions. Yeah. How about Madeline McCann and Summer Wells? Good question, Christine. So again, I have not paid that close of attention to those cases because they both really trigger me with my own issues, my own trauma. But yeah, they both have been in the spotlight a lot lately, and especially Madeline McCann. That was like 20 years ago, and that just keeps coming back. And I never thought the parents were guilty until recently. and then Summer Wells, of course, I mean, her parents looked shady AF from go. I mean, the whole story with Summer Wells was shady AF. And, really the whole story with Madeline McCann was shady AF too. Like they were at a restaurant and gave her like Benadryl or something, and they would go check on her every hour and they were all drinking a ton of wine. Like who does that? Like nobody does that. I mean, yeah, some people do that, but these are the people that do that. So, just like John Bonet Ramsey. Oh, so sad. Hope your date is going good. Let's see, 100% the Fight Club popularity is so weird. And yes, that was my theory from day one. But how does Scammy fit into that? But that's the hug thing in it together. So I don't like to go to the whole trafficking thing, but you guys know that when people are trafficked, they move the person around. They don't just like have them in one place, like say a lodge. They will often have the person that's being trafficked in a trailer, like a camper type of trailer, or maybe even like a like a container ship type of trailer. um Hotels, apartments, they keep them moving because they don't want to get caught. So the stories that we've heard about maybe Kiely, like the campsite, I think number 9 over there at Boca, that the campground supervisor was so spooked about. Um, the apartment that Salisha Singh says that some people came to rent with a strung out teenager. The story about a topless, strung out teenager escaping out of a silver SUV in Sacramento the night that Kiely allegedly went missing. Um, she could have been getting trafficked and then something fatal happened. That's a possibility. I don't like to think that. I don't like to think about her being trafficked ever, but it seems like a possibility. Leverage to move away, maybe. Only Meg's SF Ronnie threw me shade. Right. And yeah, isn't that insulting to have disgusting scum of the earth like that not like you? What an insult. That monster, Letitia, evil stepmom monster. Athena Strand disappeared from my area, found red rummed. Her parents and stepmom were all over media with photos and info. Last seen info helping in any way that's normal, not this response. Hey, Ara, you made it. You have a little break. Oh, well, thank you so much for coming in. That's awesome. And we are already at 50 minutes, but I'm not in a hurry to jump off of here. So we'll see what else we got going on with this conversation. It's so nice to see everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Did I ever do my disclaimer? I can't even remember. I think I did. Maybe I didn't. I'll go ahead and do it real quick right now. Everything I say is simply my opinion for the sake of having a conversation and hoping to learn something, open up a discussion, be educational, get educated. All my videos to date have been made for YouTube. It's an entertainment platform. So I think I said it earlier, but I can't remember. I know I showed my creepy thumb earlier, but I always like to show that twice. So hit that like button. And I even have an adorable little tiny sign. I don't want that thumb to fall because it'll break. Let's see. I have this adorable tiny sign that I was going to share with you guys. I made it a long time ago because you know how I have that really big one and I hate it that it's so big. Subscribe, share, notification. Do you love it? It's teeny tiny. Too funny, huh? And what else? I have my Love Will Save the Day hiding there in the background with the Golden Gate Bridge and Brando and all that other good stuff. So let's see, what else do we have going on here? Not the creepy hand. That's too funny. I know when I first saw it in a store and they had two of them and I was just like, ew, why would they even have that? And who would want one of those? And then I went back and fortunately one was still there because I was like, yeah, I think I need that. And I would have bought both if they were both still there. But yeah, it's hilarious because at first I was just like, what? Ew. And then I thought about it and I was like, oh, I better go see if they still have those. I need one. So I got lucky that I at least got one. But yeah, I would love to have two. He said we're at Lodge when things went down, hence the hug to H. Huh, Christine? I'm really curious what you're saying there. He said we're at the Lodge when things went down, hence the hug to H. So are you talking about SF and the grandfather? Anna Bean, hello. Cute. Did the mouse write that note? The mouse. Do you guys see the mouse hiding right there? So I added something into my I Spy scenery that I'm sure Shan has already looked at it under the magnifying glass. It's a tiny bottle of Tabasco sauce that's empty. And I took the label off and it's a clear bottle this big with a red cap. And I'm going to see who finds it. It's somewhere where you can see it. I'm not blocking it, but tell me if you think you find it. It's about this tall, about a half an inch wide, and the cap is just red and it's a 1/4 inch tall and wide, the red cap, and it's a clear bottle. It's adorable. You'll find it now, right? And then whoever finds it, I'll send you a Justice A to Z hat. I'll send you one of those white ones. How about that? See if you can find it. I spy with my little eye. Oh, how silly. How goofy. Let's see. He said, okay, I already read that one. My finger's not working today. I have seen creepier hands. Mark. It reminds me of the Incredible Hulk. It's like a grayish hand, but it kind of looks greenish in the light. But yeah, it's like a mannequin. So I guess you can hang it on the wall like that. But like I said, they had two. It's just plaster of Paris or something. They had two, and I thought, why in the world would they have that? Why would anybody buy that? And then I was like, oh man, I better go back and see if I can still buy that. And I got lucky. Jew and said at Lodge when things went down, hence the hug and the sleepy pick to be quiet. Christine, I think you're probably onto something. But I'm not sure if you have typos there. The Jew and said that you started out with, I don't know what you meant to say. If you can give me some typo Jagger and Scammy. Or maybe you're doing voice to text. I know that can be frustrating. Beck says, found it. Tell us where you found it. Tell us, tell us, tell us. And then everybody will know. Let's see. Sorry about typo. Oh, no problem. I can usually figure out the typos, but not always. And that one really threw me a monkey wrench. Jagger and Scampy, I meant. Did KR have a land trust in her name? I briefly discussed the case with a woman over the phone, and she was thoroughly convinced that was motive. I never really followed up on it. Tumult, I'm pretty sure that the granddad wanted to kick Lindsay and Tony out of the lodge and give it to Kiely. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have receipts for that, but I'm pretty sure that that's the gist of it. Behind your right shoulder next to the house. Right there. Yes, there's the red bottle here. I'll try to grab it without knocking everything over. I just put it in there today. That's the tiny Tabasco bottle. Is that so cute? And I thought I'll just stick it over here, and I figured somebody like Shan would notice and be like, "What's that?" So good job. You win the hat, Bex. Please email me your address that you want me to send it to. Email it to justicatooz@gmail.com, and I will ship it off right away. And then if you want to like do some bling to it and send me a picture, the other person who won one of the white Justice A to Z hats was going to do that. And I don't have one. Actually, I might have one. Let me see if I can grab it. I'm just over here at the other end of the room, seeing if I can find the Justice hat. And I think I can find it. Okay, I had to leave the room, but I'm back now. I got it. I got it. I don't like leaving you guys. I don't like abandoning ship like that. But then you can see all the cute stuff that I'm blocking. Okay, so here's the Justice A to Z hat that I will send out. It's still in its packaging, so you can have fun with that one. And then I still have another white one to do another giveaway, and I have a black one too. So I'm going to give both of those away maybe in the next couple of days. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. This is the one that I think I want to have as like our standard Justice A to Z merch hat. Love Saves Lives. And it was my mod that came up with that. I did not come up with that. She said that she was trying to do something like the Love Will Save the Day, and it was too many letters. So she modified it to Love Saves Lives. And it's just so cool, is it not? That's my motto. Okay. And then a bigger sign: subscribe, share, notify. Okay. And the thumb. And what else we got? What else? What else? Good job, Bex. I'm so proud of you. Found it. It's in your hand, Jazz. Oh, Mark, I'm proud of you too. Oh, I love you guys. Is that Marlon Brando pick behind you? Yes, that is the wild one. And it's all like lit up with it's funny how like it's the same setup that I had yesterday, but the light is just like blaring on it today. But yeah, that's Brando, baby. I was not really a Brando fan until about 12 years ago. And then I studied Brando, and yeah, he's where it's at. He's the dude, right? He's the original dude with swagger. I think there's only been a few actors that have come anywhere close to the Brando bravado or just his appeal. And one of those, in my opinion, is Benicio del Toro. And my hair's all crazy now. What did it do? Of course, James Dean kind of copycatted the whole character from the Wild One and built his James Dean empire on that foundation before he passed away. And then I think a couple actors have tried to kind of do the Brando thing, but nobody's got the Brando thing except Brando and maybe Benicio and maybe Vince Vaughn, in my humble opinion, just a smidge. Um, I don't know. There's probably a couple other actors that I'm forgetting, but yeah, he was one of a kind, and he was like Johnny Cash in that he really fought for the creator's rights. So the actor being the creator rather than the director and the producer being the creator, because until Brando, actors didn't have a lot of leeway of how they were going to do their stuff. Sorry that my hair is all weird. It makes my head look like a peanut. That's okay, right? It's good to be humble and have a peanut head and just deal with it. So yeah, Brando, he made it big with his whole Stella thing. Anybody who remembers where he started in the theater with Stella, and then he did the Wild One. He did a few other great movies, and then he said, "Screw this noise! I'm gonna buy some islands and never come back." And then he got off of his islands once in a while for Superman, for Godfather, and that was about it. And he was a very controversial character because he just did his own thing and he bucked the system, but he really did lay a great foundation for actors' rights, just like Johnny Cash did that for musicians. They said, screw all you middle management freaks that want to take our creative inspiration away and make us all be like cookie cutters. And so, that wasn't only great for the actors and the musicians, it's great for everybody to appreciate the art and just more variety and more voices than just that cookie cutter kind of thing of everybody just trying to figure out what sells and then just mass producing that. I mean, how boring, right? Anyway, enough of me and my little soapbox and all my philosophy of that. Brando, what you got? What you got? Let's see. And you guys know that he hung out with Capote, who was also a very crazy, controversial person that was brilliant but ridiculous and unfortunately a massive alcoholic, and he just ruined his own life and destroyed his body too. But he was a very talented writer, as we all know. Anyway, let's get back to focus. Cute hats. So, Bex, I'm excited to send you the hat next time. Hide it better. But you are brilliant to be able to see it in there because I kind of had it hidden in between the white and the house. Good eye. I spy with my little eye. Let's see. Yeah, Mark, great job. That's funny. Bad boy. Yeah, that's exactly it. The bad boy. That was the Brando thing. So yeah, like the Fonz. And who else? I mean, the Fonz was like a big swagger kind of a Brando thing, but there was another one like that. Who am I thinking of? Oh, John Travolta from Welcome Back, Kotter. They were both trying to do the Brando thing, but nobody's got it but Brando. Like, yeah, you can't bottle that and sell it. He was one of a kind. I mean, James Dean did a good job. And, maybe Brad Pitt has a little bit of that James Dean-esque. But anyway, back to the cases that we're talking about. Anna says, I love Benicio. Rodriguez. Javier Rodriguez. That's his character in Traffic, when he's out there in the swimming pool talking to a dealer. And I didn't put my mic back on. Is there a big difference? At least I had it right there. And at least I didn't walk away with it attached to my shirt like I so often do when I'm done recording. Anyway, I hope you guys could hear everything I was saying, because it's also important about hot actors, right? So yeah, Benicio, you guys, have you seen Excess Baggage? That was the first movie that I saw Benicio del Toro in. And then he hit the big time with Traffic. And that scene they started to mention when he's out in the swimming pool, because he's talking to like a cartel type, and I mean a car that doesn't tell, and he's trying to demonstrate that he doesn't have, that he's not wired. That's why they're out there talking in the swimming pool, so that each of them knows that they're not being recorded or anything. um am I making you feel old, Christine, because you remember these people? Or maybe I'm making some people feel young because they have no idea who I'm talking about. And Brando was right before my time, so I didn't discover him until in my early 40s. Literally, I was like 44 when I discovered Brando. And then I was just like, how did I miss this? People had been trying to tell me my whole life, if you like James Dean, you need to know Brando. And I was just like, no, he's not James Dean. I like James Dean. But yeah, absolutely. Have a great day, all heading out to the carpool. Great live. Thanks, Jazz. The carpool. Oh, to get a kid from school. Is that it? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, we'll be wrapping up shortly too. So now that you're gone, there's no reason to stay on, right? Anna says, I'll have to check it out. Are you talking about Excess Baggage? It's a really good movie. Another actor who I love is in it. Harry Connick Jr., the musician. He's in that movie, and he's hotter than hot. So yeah. And then Alicia Silverstone produced it and stars in it, and she's also phenomenal. Anyway, yes, they thrilled me too. I was much younger then. Yeah, I was always a big Robert Redford fan, but again, Paul Newman. I'd say Paul Newman has the Brando swagger, right? Okay, so let's look over the notes, see if there's anything that I'm forgetting to mention. I think I have it all covered. So thank you guys so much for joining me on this lovely live. Let's see. I did want to share with you guys something that I have written down here. No good deed goes unpunished, right? We have to remember that. Careful what you ask for, you just might get it. So, like when you want to start a YouTube channel and you want to have, you know, a whole bunch of subs, careful what you ask for, you just might get it, because with every gift comes a challenge. There's always the dark side. So you start your YouTube channel, you're going to get trolled, you're going to get slammed, you're going to get chewed up and spit out. And when you do something nice for somebody, the no good deed goes unpunished. You guys know what I'm talking about. No good deed goes unpunished. Like, you can't just do something nice for somebody and not get your arse served to you in some way, shape, or form, right? So those are just two old quotes that honestly my mother is the one who would always say those. No good deed goes unpunished, and careful what you ask for, you just might get it. So mother's wisdom. And let's see. I like what I said the other day about Truckee being lost, that, you know, Kiely wasn't the only one that was lost, and she is not lost anymore. She was found. But the people in Truckee are so lost, and especially the adults that are guiding this gloom and doom of crap. I mean, I understand it's hard for a small community to survive up in the Sierra Nevada mountaintop, but there's no reason to eat your freaking young. Okay. On that, let's sign off. No reason to eat your young ever. Just don't do it. And of course, I'm speaking metaphorically, not literally. I hope. My goodness. Um, let's see. Do you like Tom Hardy? I don't know who Tom Hardy is. Is he somebody newer or older? Baby Blue Eyes. Is that Baby Blue Eyes is Paul Newman, right? Trinity Backus never found the facts about her or Dante. Trinity Backus was looking for facts, or I'm not sure what you're saying, Mark. Thoroughly loved your live today. Oh, thank you, Christine. I always love coming on with you guys. I really do. You guys are what make it. So thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Thanks. Have a great day, everybody. So yeah, I'm curious about your comment, Mark. The Trinity Backus never found the facts about her or Dante. Nope. Whoops. We don't know the true deal about Trinity or Dante. They always secret. Yeah, I'm very curious. Very, very curious. It's creepy AF. So, on that, you guys, let's all try to have a fabulous afternoon. It's just about 3:30 on Monday, January 29th. Let's see. We are all going to eat well, get some exercise, stay relaxed, be kind to ourselves, kind to other people. We're going to chillax, and stay hydrated, eat veggies and protein, and what else? Do what's important. Do what inspires you. What inspires you is what's important. Seriously. Screw everything else. Screw all of your responsibilities. Screw what other people think you should be doing. You have to feed your soul, you guys. Nobody else can do that. Nobody else is going to take care of you the way only you can take care of yourself. So that's something I'm learning in the yoga practice. So as challenged as I am by this whole yoga crap, it's awesome. I go up and down though. There's days where I think I should just give it up, man. It's an uphill battle, especially with my toe. And then there's other days where I'm like, well, good. The toe is a good excuse for why I'm so challenged by it, and I'll get through it. I will. It's just tough. It's tough to make changes, and I like to say the old dog learning new tricks, but change is gonna come, and the best changes I think are the ones that we guide the changes rather than just adjust to the changes. So I'm trying to switch up my routine, trying to become a yogi, mostly for my own health, but in that process, in that venture, I'm learning that yoga is a gift that we give ourselves. Any kind of self-care is a gift that we give ourselves. And then if we can share that with other people, if we can inspire other people to take really good care of themselves, then like, why wouldn't you want to do that, right? So Yogi Bear says hi. All right, you guys, sending you light, sending you love. Thank you so much, and see you mañana. Have a great afternoon and evening, and thanks again for being here.